Namaste. This is Dr. Balaji Pillai, the Chief Operating Officer of Apollo Hospitals International Limited, Kaminega, Ahmedabad. Friends, it gives me an immense pleasure to celebrate the 18th anniversary of Apollo Hospitals at Ahmedabad. As a CEO, I have seen that this hospital has grown and matured in the last almost 2 decades now. Now that I think it's really interesting to know that in the year 2003, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who was then the Chief Minister of Gujarat, had inaugurated this Apollo Hospitals International Limited, which is built in the sprawling land of 10 acres of land. Well, friends, I think this is located in a very prime location, which we call as the Bhat GIDC area of Kaminega, and it's very much prominent on the airport Gandhinagar highway, and it's easily approachable from the Ahmedabad city as well as airport within 5 minutes to 7 minutes. Using the new trunk roads, what we call as the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Road as well as the Gandhinagar highway road. Friends, yes, this was the first center that we started in Ahmedabad, in Gandhinagar, and now that we have 5 centers spread across Ahmedabad city. To name them, we started our Apollo City Center, that is at Ambawadi. Secondly, we have also had our partner CBCC, which we call as Apollo CBCC Cancer Care, catering to a comprehensive cancer care for all the oncology patients. Having their comprehensive setup within our campus, amongst this 287 beds that we have now, 35 beds are being utilized by Apollo CBCC, and they have a 35 bed center separately as what we call the specialty center at Ambawadi. Friends, then we go on. Now that recent addition that we have with us is our Apollo Cardiac Center, what people know it as Apollo Cardiac or the Heart Center. In the last 2 years, that center is now grown up so big that everyone recognizes the Heart Center. And now the latest new addition that we have is Apollo CBCC has also taken one particular block in Siddhi Vinayak Hospital, Maninagar. So we are very proud to say that we have opened our wings and we have spread across Ahmedabad and Gandhinagar. Well, that we talk about the infrastructure growth. If I go back to 2003 or 2004, we meagerly started with just 35 beds to 50 beds. And as we grew, we became a full-fledged tertiary care hospital in the year 2008-2010. And from there on, there was nothing like looking back. We kept on marching ahead and creating more Center of Excellences, like the Cardiac Center of Excellence in Cardiac Sciences, Center of Excellence in Critical Care, Center of Excellence in Neurosciences, Center of Excellence in Gastroenterology, and obviously the biggest one that we have, our biggest sleeve that we have is what you call is the cancer care. So here, friends, I think we are nonetheless in Gujarat state, and that's where people prefer coming to Apollo, and Apollo stands for 2 things. One is safety and the second thing is the trust, and that we always keep up so that every citizen that walks in, we treat them as a guest, we don't treat them as a patient, and that's where people really love us, and that's how people prefer coming to Apollo. And to add to this, there are many corporate offices or bigger corporate giants, like you talk about Cadila, talk about Torrent, talk about ONGC, talk about SBI, any of these companies, and our biggest corporate partner is the TCS. So all these big companies, they trust in our services for their employees and their employees' family members. Well, in the last 2 years, 3 years that we see is this Kaminega Belt has grown immensely And now we have more residential complexes adjacent to the famous Assembly House. Well, friends, then now the Gandhinagar sector has grown immensely, and all the residents in this community are all looking up at Apollo hospitals for any of the emergency care or even any specialty care or any of the critical care needs, and they all like to come to Apollo. Hence, it is my humble duty to thank all the citizens who have trusted Apollo for this last 18 years, and we will keep up our services to their expectations so that they continue with their trust in Apollo. Friends, two more things that I wanted to share with you is, in the last 2 years, I think we've been battling with COVID. It has turned the life around. Now it's become earlier, the last year, we were all like saying that what is this new virus? We didn't know what to do. Now that we all have gained knowledge how to tackle this virus disease and how to recuperate our patients who have suffered from COVID, and we are also here, we take pride in saying that our critical care has done their best work. You talk about the doctors, you talk about the nurses, they are all the COVID warriors, and even the back-end support services, they have come to the war front area and worked hand in hand as a team together. And in the last year, I think we have serviced almost 1,300 plus patients, and of which we have by far the best result that we could give. We have maintained the mortality less than 1.2%, and that's not the end over there. Those patients who got recovered from COVID, they did come for follow-up, and we've been doing a recover clinic. That's a new program that Apollo hospitals have set up across the country, especially to take care of these patients who have recovered and who have survived the COVID illness. And we continue to do so that this year, if many of these patients who survived from COVID, not necessarily that they were discharged from Apollo, even patients who have come from other hospitals, who are discharged from other hospitals in Ahmedabad, in Gandhinagar or in Gujarat state, they all can come here to get their health check done, what we call is a Pro Health Recover, and see that if there is any hidden illness because of the COVID virus illness or because of the COVID treatment. Either way, I think once a survivor physically outside seems to be very strong and normal, but internally we do not know how many of the organs have been affected. Hence, our focus would be to see that all the patients who have survived and the people in the neighborhood, they have a complete 100% health, and they see that everyone is contributing to their family's growth as well as the country's growth. Hence, today being the 18th anniversary, I would say that yes, thank for trusting in Apollo, and please feel free to contact us for any of your needs. God bless you all. Thank you. Namaste.